I want to talk about 5 signs that your relationship is over. You may be in a long-term relationship, or maybe it's just a short-term relationship, but these are 5 signs that you should watch for to know that your relationship is not going to work. And make sure to stick around to the end so you will have a better understanding of where you stand in this relationship. The fact that you're actually watching this video right now makes me think that you're questioning things about your relationship that are probably red flags that you should be looking out for. Things are not good. Even though that may not be true, the fact that you are having thoughts about your relationship are indications that you're not in a healthy place. So you have a choice to make. Either address the 5 signs that your relationship is over or face the truth. The fact is, your relationship may be over. So what are the 5 signs? The first sign is you don't feel like yourself when you're with this person. So in this relationship, you feel like you're kind of walking on eggshells. You don't feel like you can be your true authentic self, whether you're with your partner's family, or maybe it's a work function, or maybe you're out with friends, whether it's their friends or your friends. You just don't feel like you can be yourself. And if you can't be your true authentic self when you're with this partner, you've got some decisions to make. Maybe you're not sure how to communicate with them. You're not sure whether to hold hands or whether to put your arm around them. You're not sure how they introduce you. Maybe they introduce you as their partner at a work function. You don't want anyone to know you're fucking them. And sometimes you just take them to a function as filler. But if you aren't communicating to your partner that maybe you don't feel comfortable at a work function or with their family or with their friends, and have an honest conversation, maybe you can nip it in the bud. But ultimately, if you're not comfortable being your true authentic self at any event with your partner, it's not a good thing. All these things mean is that you aren't comfortable being you. And any relationship where you have to twist who you are to feel comfortable in the relationship simply starts a war inside you. The second sign is you're always questioning how you should communicate with this person. Are you comfortable with your partner sharing your thoughts and feelings, or do you wait for the perfect time to be honest with them? If you're in a healthy relationship, you should be able to speak openly about your thoughts and feelings at any given time. Are you obsessed with watching whether they answer your texts or phone calls? Do you expect an instant reply from them? Are they constantly judging or not respectful of your time if you don't answer the text back to them in a timely fashion? And these are things that you should talk about. Say your day got derailed and they didn't answer your text for 2 hours and you expected a response because you were meeting them for dinner. Do you come completely unglued and accuse them of ghosting you or not being respectful of your time? Number 3, you think about where the relationship stands all the time. And don't forget to stick around till the end, because you absolutely will have a better understanding on where this relationship is going. Can you see building a future with this person? Are you exclusive? Have you introduced them to your family? Have they introduced you to their family? Have you met their kids if it's a second relationship? Are you planning to get married? Do you want to have kids together if you're in a young relationship? These are things that you really need to consider. Do you see a future? Do you see spending the next 25 years together with this person and living happily ever after, like no one does ever? So if these are things that you're questioning and you haven't had this conversation with your partner, this is clearly a red flag. And if you have had this conversation with your partner and you're still asking yourself these questions, it's not looking good for you. Not knowing where you stand with your partner is a clear indication that this relationship does not have much of a future. Sign number 4, you're starting to get annoyed. So maybe you start making yourself unavailable because you're maybe a little bit annoyed that they didn't reply to your text in a timely fashion. So you make yourself unavailable. Maybe you start making plans with your friends and not spending as much time with the partner. You also stop planning things together because you're kind of pulling back a little bit and starting to live your own life for you rather than relying on your partner and doing things together with them. Maybe you start snapping at them a little more than usual. You lose patience. The things that you used to think were really cute are starting to be a little bit annoying. Maybe the little winky faces and stuff, the little emojis on the texts or whatever. Maybe your relationship is starting to get old and all the funsy things that you used to do because you're wanting to be into a mature, committed relationship and you want a commitment, and they clearly don't. If it's causing you anxiety when they turn the key in the door or their name comes up on your phone or you're meeting them for dinner and you just feel that bit of sickness in your stomach, that could be a clear indication that they're just annoying you and this relationship is doomed. If you're feeling dread rather than excitement, that's a clear kiss of death. And the fifth and final sign is you are questioning whether you have the same values as this person. Maybe you're feeling like you're losing yourself with this person. Maybe you started drinking more, or you have different political views and you fight about this constantly. Maybe you want to spend more time with your friends because you're losing yourself in this person and you just can't keep the pace of trying to be somebody that you're not. Maybe you're not meeting your same friends for lunch like you used to. You stopped going to the gym. You're not listening to the same music that you love. Maybe you're not reading as many books as you used to because you're trying to alter your schedule to fit into what you think they want out of you. And when you start losing yourself in that other person, that's never a good thing. When you start to alter who you are for somebody else, then you're losing who you are. This will create an imbalance between the two of you, and you're going to start feeling like a lesser person. Don't kid yourself. That's because you are. Here's a test to figure out whether you think you're losing yourself or not. Plan a Friday night out with your friends and go out and see if you have the best time ever and that you're comfortable being with your friends and being your true authentic self, a self that you aren't comfortable being when you are with your partner. If it feels like a relief because you're out having fun and being comfortable with your friends, that's a sign that this is not a relationship for you. Probably what you're doing is confusing chemistry for compatibility. Chemistry is like a match, and it can burn out if you don't keep the flame going. Compatibility is you and your partner bring out the best in each other, and that's why it goes the distance. So let's do a recap. Number 1, you don't feel like you can be yourself. Number 2, you're constantly questioning how you should communicate with your partner. Number 3, you think about where the relationship stands and where it's going all the time. Number 4, you're starting to get really annoyed. And number 5, you're questioning whether you have the same values. Maybe this is the wake-up call you needed. Your relationship is seriously over and it's time for you to move on.